Chat, chat, chat. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hello. Welcome to the Road to Wrestling School.
Woohoo!
The HOV to the HOP. HOP, of course, standing for the House of Pain, Neil Superior Professional Wrestling Training Center in beautiful downtown Hagerstown, Maryland. We are the only professional wrestling podcast that focuses on professional wrestler training while driving. I'm Grizzly Joe Grasso.
And I'm hashtag Hamish Stewart.
Oh, and I'm Mr. Hey.
I'm sorry, did you not see your on-air light?
I was giving it to Dash Rippington, but no, I guess it's mine.
Man,
then.
fuck that guy. Go ahead.
Right. And I'm Mr. Ride Till I Die. Book my friend at Fly, RL Fly, the arrogant almighty Tommy Seto.
And I am Dash Rippington. Sideshow sensation. That's me.
Rap trunk. Never mind. That sounds like I got a rap trap on the tongue.
Let's not revisit.
That's really hard to say. Rat trap on the tongue.
Yeah, just try having one on there.
Ooh. Well, welcome, Greenhorns, to the Road to Wrestling School. Now, I'm gonna cover this right at the beginning of this podcast.
Good, because we're at a stellar start so far.
God damn it. Hashtag Hamish and I are going to take a little hiatus from the show, I think.
Oh,
So there
no.
might be a couple of weeks there where you don't hear from us. Because, as you know, from our show that's coming up, Renaissance Rumble, our professional wrestling-inspired, Renaissance-themed
stunt show
that is playing at the Maryland Renaissance Festival from the end of August to the end of October and Labor Day Monday every weekend therein.
Total of 19 shows.
Find us on Facebook at Renaissance Rumble at Facebook.com or www.renaissancerumble.com.
You just have to say find us on Facebook. You don't have to give an address. Anyway.
Mike, you don't also have to give the
Kayfabe,
Oh, I'm
it's
sorry.
hashtag
Hamish. Hashtag Hamish. You do not have to say.
But he did it so professionally.
anymore.
It sounded so good.
I like saying it www.
Well, that's our show, but that's starting as the rehearsals for that are starting up. So, hashtag Hamish and I, who have families, kind of want to see them a little bit in between rehearsals.
Suckers.
So we will not be able to do any professional wrestling training, which makes us sad, but hey, that's growing up.
That's
and
right.
Being 32 and 35, respectively,
It's
with
36.
families.
You're welcome.
Whoa!
That just means I have to go twice as often to make up for both of your absences.
You need to talk louder, too.
I need to talk louder. I've already got the microphone in my
It
mouth.
was so the wavelengths were so tiny. Now you're fine.
Okay, now I'm fine.
Good. Well, on our last show, I thought I'd choose a topic that was rip-roaring and is going to get Hamish all fired up. It is that unfortunate extra man in the ring that everyone forgets, the referee.
Oh, the ref.
The poor ref.
The man with paper skin and glass bones.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So, man, I'll get to that in a second. I've just found out that Willie B and Luke will not be there tonight. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. And now I'm calling them out on the podcast to say they're jerks. That aside, so the referee. Let's think about the referee. So, as many a fan thought, the referee job, that's super easy. It's the wrestlers that have the hard job, which the wrestlers certainly have the hard job. But I reffed early on in my training back in 2007. It's one of the hardest goddamn things to do because you have to be just as active as the wrestlers and be invisible at the same time.
Out of the way.
And I find that so hard. And you have to be paying attention to every aspect. You have to watch out for the high spots so you're not in the goddamn way.
You have to remember the finish.
You have to remember the finish.
Yeah, that's
In most cases, you're either involved in the finish or you better know it. You better know when
Everything
it
you
is.
do has to be so much more precise than anything else that happens.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people forget the referee, especially the good ones, but they are also selling as well. And
Right.
a referee can't go in there and think, oh, I'm just going to pound the mat, I'll call the people out, I'll push them away. No, you got to be, when a big move happens, they got to sell too. When a high spot happens, they got to look, oh my God, that devastated him. I got to check on that guy. Is he okay?
Right. And
they're selling the realism of it as well.
And they have to sell it right. If they oversell things, then it looks silly, and it's a whole nother aspect of wrestling that people don't realize because he's almost behind the scenes.
Right, and another thing that I think is key that we don't see a lot of in indie shows, but that's okay because these refs are, they're indie refs. It's all right. But you see it happen a lot on the big shows. The refs are diving for that 3 count.
I try to do that every time I ref.
Yeah.
Because it looks so good.
Right, because, as soon as somebody's arms or his shoulders to the mat, boom, you got to be down there and you got to be counting. And if that, if you're sitting there waiting, it kills the momentum.
Oh, yeah, and how quickly you count. And, there's a difference. So early in the match, you might not count as fast, but towards the end, you're just banging out those 2 counts.
Yeah, I actually heard an interview with Tim White where he explained that the object that he tried to do was to be in the worst possible position when the pinfall came so he could run and dive and slide across the mat and make that really exciting call.
There was a great referee in MCW, and you probably know who he is, Mike. Hashtag Hamish, my apologies.
Thank you. Yes, his name is Derek.
Derek, you knew exactly who I was going to say.
Yep.
I remember him, and I still remember this vividly. He would jump over the wrestlers in their pinfall, land on the mat, and do his count.
Yeah, he also works with the WWE as a ref there, so that's
Really?
why.
There you go.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He definitely
He's
deserved it.
He's on the website, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, he's he was very active and very, he took to it like a duck to water and really stuck to the training. He was there.
Did he start as a wrestler?
I don't remember because when I started there, he was already reffing. So he had been reffing for a while since I had been there.
See,
I think he came in as a ref.
Let me confess something, because it's got to come back to me because it's my podcast after all. Your name might be in there, but really it's all about me, in case you were wondering.
It is your own personal fantasy.
It is. I've often wondered, and this is true with acting too, I pushed through as an actor, I pushed through as a wrestler. I often wonder, would I be better as a manager or a play-by-play guy or a referee? Or, as an actor, am I better as a director? But I don't want to go down that route because that's not necessarily what I want to do. But what if I'm better at those things? Do you ever have those feelings like, oh, maybe I'd be really good as that, but that would make me a little sad?
I hear what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying there?
I hear what you're saying, Joe.
I think of Derek. What if he started and he wanted to be a wrestler so bad, but he just shines as a ref?
Yeah, but I mean, it all comes down to your, to working in what you want to work on and your attitude.
True.
If you just want to be in the wrestling business and you want to be around the business, sure, okay, sir, I want to be a wrestler. Okay, maybe that didn't work out, but hey, you could be a ref, or that you work great as a ref, or you work great as a play-by-play, you work great as color. Honestly speaking, I really like doing play-by-play. I don't like to.
I agree. It's very fun to do play-by-play.
I know all the move names. I like doing it. It wouldn't hurt me if I eventually became a play-by-play guy. But
see, I feel the same way. I'd be happy to do that. I'd be happy to referee. I'd be happy to manage.
It'd be better if you just stopped wrestling, though. I mean, seriously. I mean, let's just be honest.
One less butt clothesline.
That's right. One
I got to work on my vertical.
Yeah. My God.
Look, I'm already so low to the ground. Getting up there's tough.
Seriously, before every match, we just should say, look, don't pick me off the mat. Just keep me on the mat.
No,
right? Don't
I'm fine. I could jump.
The man's vertical is strictly horizontal.
Certainly is. There's nothing.
That's fine. Go to hell.
No, but you bring up a good point.
Right.
At what point do you look at it and you go, hey, I don't think I'm progressing as X.
Yes.
Maybe Y would be where I can go, and how do you do that?
Yeah, when do you make that transition? It's weird.
Well, I, for one, am actually enjoying the process that I'm going through where they're putting me in as a manager and I'm building that character while I'm working towards becoming a wrestler. So if the wrestling thing doesn't work out, I at least have a strong foundation for managing. So I've got a decent character that will work, and I'll slowly try to transition that into wrestling.
Right.
True.
Yeah, and that's good. You get that aspect of managing. You get the aspect of being the advocate on the outside of the ring. You get that the whole flavor of that. So,
I don't think I'd enjoy being a referee at all. That's just not.
No, I don't think that's your
would
style.
Enjoy.
And certainly the way you look, you should be someone involved in the match.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing. With the referee, they have to have a certain body type, whereas, Vince McMahon is always saying they want the biggest, the brawniest, the strongest guys for the wrestlers. He was always pushing the bigger guys and, holding back the smaller guys. Well, they want the smaller guys for the referees, so the bigger guys look that much bigger.
True. And, I think about this. So look at the two of us. I'm not the fittest guy. I could be fit, and I'm getting towards being fit. And forgive me, you're also not fit. You're tall.
I am not fit. No. I am far from fit.
Joe is
hashtag shut up. I'm working on something.
Joe is getting towards fit like a glacier is moving towards the
You
ocean.
son of a bitch. I'm working mildly hard at it. Now,
although he's a glacier upside down, because we all know that the glacier is mostly bigger under the water.
Did this just become a shoot? Like, what's going on?
it's always a shoot.
Glacial pace he's getting
So,
towards
look,
fitness.
1.5 workouts a week is more than enough. So,
You're certainly eating right, too. I like you doing that.
well, I'm eating right next to a few places.
That's right.
As I said before.
Watching
Now,
this candy go in my mouth.
So, Casey, we don't have the fittest bodies, but we have interesting bodies. We have interesting looks.
That's
You fit
one
the
way.
Isn't that a fun way to put it?
gimmick.
Yeah.
Both of you fit the sideshow gimmick.
So, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, like I look at Captain Lou Albano, who I'm not dissimilar from in body type.
That is true. Appearance-wise as well.
But we both have really big personalities. We could both be, and you are, a stellar manager.
Oh, thank you.
I think I could pull it off too. But
And
I love wrestling, and I can take the moves, and I'm
But
sometimes a good wrestler.
But no. I mean, going back to it, Joe,
Yeah.
you gotta. And I over the week I came through this as well. Like, you could do a match without bumping.
Yeah,
you
I
don't
know.
need to bump.
But I like bumping.
No, I know you do. But what
Okay.
I'm saying
Okay,
is
okay.
that highlights. It just has to be entertaining.
Yes.
Can you enter? What story are you telling? Do you have to get in there and take 30 bumps? No. Do you have to take one? No. Do you have to do what? No. But if you go in and tell a compelling story, then that's that.
Well, that's where wrestling came from. Back in the day, there were no bumps. It was grappling. It was
all
hold
grappling, yeah.
reversals. It was mat work. It was ring psychology. And then slowly but surely, over time, people started doing the higher moves, the higher
It
risk,
must have been
the
when
bumps.
brawling started coming into it, because as soon as you hit someone and they don't go down, well, what happens if I hit you and you go down? I think that's where the bump started showing up.
Right.
It
Yeah,
must
but-
have, right?
But I mean, that's where I think, like, you don't have to. So obviously, I'm very fitness conscious, and Tommy's
No.
very fitness conscious. But
Yeah, I didn't ask you how you were this week.
I appreciate
I'm gonna-
that.
yeah.
By the way, I'm down 185 pounds and
Yeah.
10% body fat, mother
we were
lover.
so close.
I know. I'm so sorry, everyone.
You had to bring it up.
But no, I agree. Wrestling needs more of these odd body types that can tell a story and can get in there and go. And
Yeah.
that's where I think you guys are on the right path and keeping that going.
Now, Dash, which I think I called you your
That's
You-
okay.
That's what
you're
he's shooting.
Whatever.
Don't
You're
call him a shooting.
Dash now.
That's right, kayfabe.
You shared an awesome video with us this week that I'd never seen, which I'm shocked I didn't see, was Kamala, the Ugandan giant, versus George the Animal Steel.
Oh, what an amazing match.
What
Two
a-
monsters.
Oh, my God. How many moves were in there? Like three?
Yeah, really.
And it
not,
was,
not
I
many.
was riveted.
Yeah, there were two savages, is what they were. Two
Basically,
savages
yeah.
going after one another. And I mean, but that highlights it. It's the story. I mean, now those guys were obviously over. So once you get over, you don't
can
need
tell
to
the
do.
story.
You don't need to do much of anything.
Nope.
Your first goal in any indie federation or any place is to get over.
Get over.
It. Jake the Snake said it. You didn't when he first came into wherever I think it was WWF at the time. I didn't bring you in here to have a good match. I brought you in to get over. Like, get over, then start having the
Right.
good match. Like, yeah, your matches should be good, and they should be technical, and they should be sound, you should be safe, but get over.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you get yourself over.
Be the entertaining aspect.
Right. I mean, I think that's one of the things that, especially in training, that creeps in my head every time I jump in the ring. Like, okay, I should be having fun, trying to get over. Oh, my God, did I screw this match? Did I screw that move up? I did screw this up. Oh, God, this happened. Then I get all crazy in my head. This is
Right.
my last day. I'm going to try to just let it out for a while.
You say that.
I know I say it every
You
week.
say it every time.
Say it every week. Then I sit there right before my match, and we're going over
I
it, and
want
then it
you-
changes, and I go, oh, God.
Hashtag Hamish, I want you to take a deep breath and remember 80s wrestling. No. Remember 70s wrestling.
There you
Go
go.
at that pace.
I'm going to, hey, look, it's a partner genre, too, okay? So I kind of have to work with my partner on this one.
True, but you can slow it down.
I can.
We can all slow it down.
I'm going to try my best to slow
Because
it
that's
down.
the style we're learning. We're learning old school Memphis wrestling.
You're right.
Because that's how Rambo came up. He learned from Rocky Johnson.
Well, you have to have that foundation. That foundation
Oh,
is
absolutely.
what
No, I
leads
mean-
you through building the match in the ring psychology.
Well, sure, but I think there are other schools that don't necessarily go in that style.
Oh, yeah.
But
First
we
day,
are.
bump, 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 bump.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you go like, I'm sure Chikara doesn't do that either. I'm sure they're a lot more athletic and,
They're more lucha inspired.
right, exactly. You're going lucha. You're not necessarily doing Memphis style.
No,
as
you're
far
doing a
as
lot of
heel
rolls
face.
through
Yeah.
the ring. I've seen.
Exactly. You're doing a lot more athletic stuff, which is great. They're acrobats. It's awesome. But we're learning Memphis, which is, we can slow it the hell down. We can work an arm wringer and tell a story.
Right.
yeah, I think,
That's what we're doing tonight.
I think that's sorely
20
missing
minutes
a
of
lot
arm
us.
ringers.
No, Hamish. We're going to do just arm ringers and working in the corner. That's all we're going to do.
exactly what I'm doing.
No, we're doing both.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm going to do an arm wringer in the corner.
If you put them both together, that
and then
should.
throw them in the next corner.
You won't get any notes about that.
No, that's the trick.
That'll work out good. No, but I agree. You know, and this is one of the things that I like about the training up here is that Rambo will be like, okay, look, we've seen enough of that. Do something new, which challenges you to try to figure out something new.
Yes, you know what? I wish he would say that at the beginning of any match, like, "Oh, you can't do this, this, and this." Go.
I don't.
Oh, I love that. I love
I'm fine with the things that he's barred now. All right, I'd be like, all right, here we go, and then he'd be like, oh, don't do those. I'd be like, all right, well, I'm screwed.
Creativity flourishes with boundaries.
Yeah, you're right.
If you have rules like, oh, you can't do this, but you can do this, or there's so much you can do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have a bum arm this match from the previous pay-per-view. Like, how much fun would that be?
Yeah,
it just gives you little things to drop in.
I get it.
I would love that.
But I think with where we're at in our training, all of us in the car here,
Yeah.
I think the two things that he said right now is no arm ringers and out of the corner is enough structure for us.
We seem to fail at it every week.
Well,
at least the corner thing, because the corner is such a safe spot.
It is.
That's probably why he wants you out of it.
Oh yeah,
right.
Well, I mean that's just it. Anytime I get someone in the corner, I'm going to snap him out. Because that gets us, 1, back into wrestling, and 2, gets him out of the damn corner.
Right. Yeah.
He also wants us to get into some wrestling, shockingly. Because Rambo likes to see wrestling in the ring when you wrestle.
Right. Which is a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's what we come to do,
I
is
agree.
to wrestle.
Get some moves in, I wonder if, I would love us to tag tonight, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well,
that's okay.
It doesn't help that we're crappy singles wrestlers.
Well,
you put
maybe
two crappy singles
I am
wrestlers
carrying
together.
this team.
No, I want you to
literally
know.
carrying this team.
I want you to know.
I pick you up and I carry you to the ring.
I have had enough of me saying I'm crappy. There's.
Well, I'll just say it then.
Well, you can just say it. No, you can say it's fine. But there's.
Go ahead.
And I mean this honestly. There's a sea change that happens in your mind when you go, man, I really suck. Man, I suck. And then you change and you go, I really don't suck. I'm just learning, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just learning. And if it's okay to be crummy while you're learning, but I'm at the pinnacle of where I'm at right now. I'm pretty good for who I am.
Well, be the change you want to be.
Exactly. And that's what I did in 2015, and that's what
Crap,
I'm doing
did Joel
right
Osteen
now.
show up and his brother? What the hell?
No, but he's
Now
bringing up a
it's
very valid point.
It's a salient point, yes.
Because I'm dropping 15 Mexican drop kicks tonight. That's what I mean by that. I mean, I'm gonna do
is that
them.
what that means?
Yep. And then from the second turnbuckle, boom,
By
you're
pinnacle,
gonna
you
get
mean
one.
literal pinnacle of the Mexican dropkick.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes, I will be. There'll be a golden glow around
God
me,
damn
and
it.
then you'll
No,
be
you
like,
should go up against Tommy, and you do nothing but drop kicks to each other.
We just
at
drop
the
kick
same
each other.
time. You just keep kicking off and they're so evenly matched.
I got to tell you, Tommy's drop kicks are a thing of beauty.
He does have a great standing drop kick, and
It's pretty-
Hamish, I got to say,
pretty fantastic.
Great Mexican drop kick. If it was the Mexican drop kick versus the standing drop kick, that could be a story
I'm now
to tell.
I'm gonna call it the Scottish drop kick.
The Scottish
That's
drop
right.
kick.
Now, see, I could do a Tommy drop kick, but it'll hit your shins.
I think maybe not the Scottish drop kick. Maybe be the Edinburgh drop kick, or I don't know.
Oh, that's different, yeah.
Yeah.
The Edinburgh
Good job.
stomp.
That's right. Yeah, there's got to be some.
Should name other Scottish places and just keep going.
That's right. Just keep. Those are the two places. I
Fall
changed.
kick, the Falkirk.
Falkirk. Yeah, the Loch Ness. I don't know.
Shut up.
Carney flip.
You keep trying to sell Loch Ness for every move we
I
come
know.
up with.
Every submission move keeps.
They can't all be Loch
That's right.
Ness.
It's another Loch Ness. Loch Ness
It
version
works
too.
once.
That's right. Tommy, what's the name of your finish move? I forget.
Oh, Tommy Seto, so it's got to be the Blue Eyes Shining Wizard.
That's it. Yes.
Blue-eyed shining wizard.
I love it.
Now, how do you portray the blue eye portion of the Blue Eye Shining Wizard?
Yeah.
You don't know the...
Is it an Aryan thing?
No, it's a connection to the Seto name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you go into it, Tommy? Why don't you tell us?
Okay, well, my name, Seto, and it is connected to an old show I used to watch as a kid. Any viewers that know will probably get a kick out of this. Yu-Gi-Oh! The antagonist, Seto Kaiba, and his number one, his trademark card was the Blue Eye Shining Dragon. So, so, my finisher is a spinning roundhouse kick. So, a kick when an opponent is on their knees is called a Shining Wizard. So, put 2 and 2 together. That's my phone.
So
2 and 2 together, and you get the Blue Eye Shining Wizard.
All right, so it's an ode to a cartoon.
Yep.
Awesome.
That's super cool, Tommy. It's got a full
that's pretty cool.
got a full name to it. It's got a backstory. This whole thing. He's going
Firstly,
places.
Joe, of all people in this car,
Yeah.
you should respect the Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh.
No?
Really?
No, I never got into it. I thought it was weird. The first episode, the main character who looked like a small child, talked like this. And they just threw me off. It was no good. And I didn't like the card game because I beat someone who'd been playing for years in my first game. So that's stupid. That's stupid.
Anyways, back to wrestling.
Yes.
For Robbie Page, we must get back to wrestling.
Let's get back to wrestling.
He will
Did we have anything else
chastise us
about the
again.
ref?
Oh, ref? That guy?
No. Do you want to go back to the ref?
The
Oh, no,
referee.
wanna go back to the ref? The ref reference?
Well, that was the original topic.
That was the original
we
topic.
kind of veered wildly off.
Well, that's how podcasts work. Now
Okay.
you're gonna bring it to a screeching halt.
No, I don't
to
wanna
go
bring it
back
to a
the direction
screeching
we
halt.
left like 15 miles ago.
15 miles.
It probably has.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
it's
it's
50
been
miles.
mentally 15 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you are kind of
running
squished
loops.
up in the back.
Yes, we are. We are in our 4 mic position, which means Tommy Seto and I are getting real closely acquainted once again.
His pelvis is in my knee.
We are we are matching sweat.
Sometimes it really is.
Swapping
it does
sweat.
pay to be 6'5".
I'd much rather have Joe back here rather than Dash.
Yeah, Dash smells.
I got really bony knees. That
yeah,
would hurt.
oh, it's awful.
No, the knees. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's,
exactly.
that's the problem.
Of course.
Man. So we're about to go back into Renaissance Rumble, boys. We ready to
Renaissance Rumble.
tackle that beast again?
Well, what's really difficult about that is, and for the listeners out there, Renaissance Rumble is a wrestling-inspired stunt show.
Stunt show. Heavy on the stunt show.
Right. So, right, and I'm going to go over that real quickly. The state of Maryland is heavily regulated, and wrestling is tied in with boxing and other pro sports in Maryland. So there's a regulatory body that looks over it, and anything that's done pro wrestling-wise needs a doctor, you need a commissioner, there needs to be regulation, you need to be certified, combatants, there's got to be weigh-in. It's very official, and that's very expensive. So to work our way around that, we worked with the Maryland Athletic Commission, which was very graceful, and they were very gracious to help us out. Great people at that organization. They came out, watched the show, they watched tapes, and they said, "Okay, great, this can work." And they worked with us, and we put together something that is very wrestling inspired, but does not fit the state's definition of wrestling.
Right, we entered more stage combat.
Correct.
Right. And honestly, if I'm to speak completely on the record, I think the changes that we had to make for the show to get it away from being actual pro wrestling made the show a better show.
I agree.
Yeah, it made us think outside the box and made us go deeper
Again, that
into it.
idea of the boundaries made us more creative, and we got really creative, if I could be
We
frank.
kind of had to.
Yeah, we had to come up with that in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that was really difficult.
Yeah.
So we certainly did, and kudos to everybody who worked on that. It was really difficult.
Agreed.
But it's also very difficult. So it makes it difficult in terms of training to separate the two into, okay, this is not how the move is supposed to go, but it's how we're going to do it here. So it's difficult to do that. Also, and the chief aspect of it is that it's outside in 90-degree, 100-degree weather.
Correct,
Yeah,
and 100% humidity.
We do get some shade at the stage that we're located at.
Praise Jesus.
But it doesn't really help against the humidity.
No, we
at
do
all.
3 matches. Luckily, there's a break for some of us, but for some of us, it's 2 matches right in a row. And
Right.
it's a killer in that heat. And in addition to this show, we're part of the Fight Corps, which is the village militia. We do all the fights in the show. So we do the human chess game, which is very fight heavy. We have a Fight Corps show this year that's all fighting.
We do other sort of militia type items where we
Sure,
march, we drill.
we're walking around with
we
the
do-
king and the queen. We're protecting them.
Hashtag works out at the militia tent.
I
don't know
do.
how many miles we
I do.
walk per day at the festival, but we walk a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. So it's not just, hey, show up, sit in the locker room, go over your match, and then
Go do 1 match and you're done.
Here's a slice of pizza, you're gone.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No, it's, all this work, and then, now you got to page the ring out to, you got to push the
we
ring
also have
out.
to push the ring out,
Then you
yeah.
got to set it up, then you got to do all this stuff, and luckily the festival has been very, very accommodating and helped us out. Right. So it's difficult in those aspects. Also, you're super hot, you're super tired, you're super blown up. The week has gone on. You're also, it's about 3:00 the show goes off. So you're, it's not your regular kind of run of the mill thing. So it's a lot of prep, and we got to, make sure all of our costumes, all of our props are ready. Redo the lines. We're going to run over some new choreography for it.
Right.
So I mean, it's a tough gig.
Very intensive.
Yeah.
But we're happy to do it. We obviously want to do it because we created the show, and it's sort of our baby. And it's sort of a culmination of all of our years of working stage combat, loving professional wrestling, training as professional wrestlers, working at a Renaissance festival, and now we've come to this. And we have this amazing show that's very popular, I should say.
Extremely unique. There is nowhere on the entire Renaissance Festival circuit, and every state almost has at least one of them, Renaissance festivals. Not a single one of them have an actual professional wrestling-ish show put on at their locations. So I feel pretty good about having a completely unique show.
Yes, I agree. You should hold the mic to your face, though, when you talk.
I will hold it to my face.
Yeah, we'll see how that looks on the Redding. You didn't say anything important, though. So
No,
it's fine.
I guess
I hope you can isolate that every time, so we could just put that on like
I will
something.
hold it to
That's
my
right.
face.
Everything we say, I could get that on my phone or something, or as like a GIF. Or
I will
something,
hold
like
it to
an
my
audio GIF. I'll hold it to
Hold
my
it to my face.
You didn't say
Phone will ring. I'll be calling you. I will hold it to my face.
That's it.
Well,
God,
while
that's
Dash
brilliant.
is holding it to his face, we're going to get to training because we are approaching beautiful downtown Hagerstown, Maryland, which is the location of the House of Pain, Neil Superior Professional Wrestling Training Center. Hey, subscribe to us on iTunes, rate, review.
We got to do this in the beginning of the show.
No,
God!
you do it at the end. That's the class. That's class.
Do the Kickstarter also because we need new mics.
Well, we have
There is
a little
no
fun.
Kickstarter anymore. It's done.
No, it's over.
It's
yeah.
over.
It's been over. Oh, goddamn.
No.
No. All right. Hey, Greenhorns, keep the faith. Wait, we got something else to say?
Yeah, rate and
I
like
just said that.
Well, we'd say
Say it again?
Edit this into the beginning of the show.
No.
Okay. Well then,
I do very little editing.
Well then, say it again.
Well, keep the faith, Greenhorns. Thanks for listening. I'm Grizzly Joe Grasso.
And I'm hashtag Hamish Stewart.
I'm Dash, keeping it to my face, Rippington.
And I'm your favorite, the arrogant almighty Tommy Seto.
He's my favorite.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we'll see you down the road and in the ring!
That ending sounds good. I like that.